Well, let's discuss something about the vaccination process. I'm sure everybody is hearing about vaccination word these days because of the corona explosion, and it is the need of the hour to get vaccinated. But do all of us know what is vaccination and what is its need? So let's talk about vaccination, but before that, we need to know in detail what our immune system is and what function does it performs. Well, there are many defenses inside the body which keeps off the infection because unfortunately we are surrounded by lots and lots of microorganisms in our atmosphere wherever we go. So to combat these infections, the evolution has given us a strong immune system which normally acts against these microorganisms and does not allow to establish their infection. There are many line of defenses inside our bodies which are the part of immune system that helps to eradicate any kind of infection. So when a body encounters any pathogen, the first line of defense is the skin, which keeps safe. But still, if there are wounded surfaces on the skin or the cut surfaces, the microorganisms are lucky enough to enter our bodies and cause havoc. And for those purposes, second line of defense acts where phagocytosis, white blood cells acts. Then there are lymphocytes, which are of two types, B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes, as the name suggests, are formed from the bone marrow, and T lymphocytes are formed from the thymus. These B lymphocytes forms antibodies which circulate inside the bodies and find something fishy in the form of any microbe. Now, how does the body recognizes the microbe, or how does it differentiates between the self and the non-self? Actually, there are certain features present on the surface of the microorganism which is its identity, and those features are definitely not present inside our body, and this is the reason how the immune system differentiates between our body cells and the foreign parts. Now, suppose if a microorganism enters our body in the form of a pathogen which is capable of causing the infection. So the first thing the immune system does is to cause a primary response in the form of secretion of lots of antibodies which will recognize and target the antigens present on the surface of the microbe. Usually these antigens are the specific molecules, such as it may be in the form of proteins or nucleic acids or polysaccharides, which are quite different from our cells, and thus through these representations they are caught away by the lymphocytes. This primary response is usually slow, but it does create memory cells which will remember certain type of microorganisms that have attacked our bodies for the future, and whenever there is future attack of same microorganism, then there would be occurring secondary response which is much more robust than the earlier one, that is the primary response. So in no time the second type of infection is finished off. You can say that uh, this is the thing which is utilized in the vaccination procedure. That is, if we want to be vaccinated against a certain bacteria or a virus, we may use its antigen. These antigens may be of two types, either the whole bacteria or the virus is used for the vaccine purpose, or the live or the dead attenuated ones are used. Now, when the dead virus or the bacteria is used, the body actually, the vaccine actually fools the immune system, and the immune system thinks that it is the living antigen, and accordingly it creates lot of antibodies for the future. And whenever there is a live attack of these bacteria or virus, these accumulated immune response helps us in combating the future virus or bacteria. Similarly, the attenuated vaccines are also in use. Attenuated means the disease causing capacity of a particular microbe is crushed or removed. Then that particular microbe is no longer harmful, and when it is used as an antigen, the immune response still is capable of arousing a lot of primary response, and again this primary response and memory cells remember the particular type of microbe, and whenever it is in action second time, the secondary response is too much to put off the infection. So basically this is the criteria, or this is the whole principle of the vaccination process. Luckily today vaccination has saved many people from the deadliest diseases which used to cause havoc in past. For example, in 1900s, starting from 1900, polio was a very deadly disease, paralyzing a lot of human population. Luckily its vaccine has been made in the form of live virus and attenuated virus in the form of polio drops, and when these drops are given, again these are in the form of vaccine, this creates an immune response, and whenever live virus attacks, this immune response is sufficient to evade the infection or to kill off the virus. Presently, as we all know that corona has just destroyed every peace of mind, and it has been there for about 2 years now. Corona vaccine has been there, and it is of many types because it has surface antigens, so vaccine has been made for killing, for identifying its surface and producing a appropriate immune response for the coronavirus. Similarly, mRNA vaccines are used because coronavirus has a mRNA genome. So there are subunit vaccine which uses proteins surface antigens. There are mRNA vaccines, and so on. Initially this vaccination process was discovered by Edward Jenner, who is also called as the father of immunology or vaccination. And I think if that would have not been discovered, then the saying that precaution is better than cure would not have been applicable, because it is the precaution which is preventing us from deadly diseases such as corona. Thanks for now. Bye.